All right, I'd like to call a regular village board meeting to order. You all stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Hudson?
Here.
Trustee Maravka? Here. Trustee Richards?
Here.
Trustee Sandberg?
Here.
Trustee Sluse?
Here.
Trustee Sturba?
Here. All right, public comments.
Hello.
Hi. Hi.
A quick, easy question. I have a friend that lives on Ratchie, and when they widened it, 4, 5, 6 years ago, they took out a bunch of trees. I don't remember, is there any plan or anything in the works where they will replace some of the trees or in the parkway?
So I'd have to look, I know on the east side, the parkway is too small for the trees. And
It is tight.
I don't know about the west side, but I'm pretty sure it was determined that, there's only like 4 feet and it's just not enough for a
Okay,
tree.
I couldn't remember if anything was talked about before.
Yeah,
So nothing.
we'll have to look at it. Bob can take a look at it, but isn't that right, Bob? Isn't that those,
That is correct,
Yeah.
parkways are too narrow.
yeah.
If you notice, Ed, that the newer homes have nothing in the parkway also,
Right,
that's the reason why.
that's right. Okay,
Yeah,
all right, thanks a lot.
yep. Anybody else? All right, we'll move on to the consent agenda. We just have the minutes from our August 7th regular village board meeting and the payroll and accounts payable. We've got a couple of payrolls, one ending August 5th for a total of $56,041.29 and one ending August 19th for $57,629.83. Accounts payable for the pay period ending August 25th, out of the general fund, $81,056.85, and out of the TIF 2 fund, $640,011.94 for a total of $721,068.79. Any items that the trustees would like to remove from the consent agenda? If not, entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
Moved by trustee Sluse, second by trustee Sturba.
Trustee Hudson?
Yes.
Trustee Maravka? Present. Trustee Richards?
Yes.
Trustee Sandberg?
Yes.
Trustee Sluse?
Yes.
Trustee Sturba?
Yes.
All right, on the staff and committee reports, Troy, you got anything for us?
The MFT project and the sidewalk project, we haven't gotten really good answers from our contractors. Bob also, so we think they're supposed to start removals this week for the MFT project, but we couldn't get a concrete date. And I think sidewalk project starting next week.
Okay. All right, anything else?
That's all.
Okay. I didn't see Angie anywhere. Bob, what do you got?
Troy covered it all, but I'll come up. Yeah, just waiting on contractors to get started on the MFT. It's looking like Davis will be in next week for sidewalks. Staff continues to do day-to-day. They've been busy, obviously painting crosswalks in the community. You probably noticed a lot of them painted, so I just think it makes the town look better. Staff and myself will be doing a couple trainings this week, some GIS training and also book order training. As always, I ask residents, I know it's dry, don't blow your grass in the street. It's a state law, and it saves us some issues down the road. So that's what I got.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you. The chief couldn't be here tonight, but he did put together a report for the first 6 months of the year. That was up in your packet. If you have any questions, I'm sure he'd be happy to answer them. Yeah, so it was a nice, complete report, and we'll talk to him if you have any questions. Do you have anything to report?
Nothing outside of my, my report that's in your packet, other than just I'll point out that, our building permits issued to date in 2023 is, equal to what the annual number we issued for 2022, so looks like we'll exceed that, last year's number.
Good. We had a AOC committee and also a building committee, so Trustee Hudson's chair of both of those, so if you want to give a report.
Yeah, the AOC met on August 9th, and we were to review and discuss current and future Village of Peatone investments. We had some CDs that were due this month, August, and we did go ahead and we were able to reinvest those at an attractive rate, and then we've got some more coming up in October that we'll be taking a look at and be looking to do something with those. Then looking forward towards the end of the year, obviously we'll be looking at our investments and stuff again, going into the budgeting. And for the building committee, we met on August 21st, and we had a discussion to make a recommendation to the village board regarding Village of Peatone building services. And we discussed our professional building services, ways that we could possibly improve the way that it works with our internal building department. That is ongoing. We've got a few loose ends to clean up, and we'll have more about that, I believe, at the next meeting.
Okay, any questions? All right. I don't think I missed any other committee reports. On to my comments, first of all, just wanted to thank everybody who volunteered and helped the Will County Fair, the Fair Board. They put on another great show. It was a little hot the first couple of days, but they had great weather the last 3 days, and looks like they had pretty high attendance, so it's a nice event for the village. Hidden Gems Market, they had one yesterday. Their next one is September 23rd. Try to get out and support them. They've got some nice vendors. They had some fresh produce yesterday, and so again, September 23rd. The week before that is the Old Mill Fest. Again, they'll have a nice set of vendors out there, and we look forward to another great event out there. Trustee Richards had a couple questions that I thought I would just address in my mayor's comments, because I'm sure everybody's interested in them. She had a question about traffic control devices on Wilmington Road and I-57. What the process is for that to happen. So we have had traffic studies done over the years on that intersection. The most recent one was in 2020, done by the developer of the travel center. None of them have ever had enough traffic, according to IDOT, to warrant a stoplight or a traffic light out there. Our plan going forward is, hopefully in the spring, we'll do another traffic study, at least a traffic count, to see, how that, opening up of the travel center has affected that intersection, and, and see where the numbers lie. IDOT got a pretty rigid formula of what they consider, that needs a traffic light or not, so it's not just up to us. Those aren't our roads, it's the county road, and it's a state road, so we gotta play by their rules. I understand everybody's frustrated, nobody wants to wait at at a stop sign. But that's kind of where we're at with that, so.
Thank
Can I
you.
answer your question?
Yes, you sure did.
Yeah. The other question she had was, as far as the airport discussion, it's become, the legislature passed a bill that basically just says they want IDOT to put out a request for qualification. So it's not even it's not a request for a proposal, it's a request for qualification. So they want to see if there's actually private firms that are willing to bid on the construction of the airport. So it's not an actual bid process or anything like that. It's just like, tell us if you're qualified to do something like this. So that's where it is right now. The news media and the politicians tout it like, oh, the airport's coming, we're building this, and it's nowhere near that. So as far as the village's involvement in that, the administrator and I, we try to attend every meeting possible on that. We're trying to keep a neutral stance and just get as much information as possible. And we want to keep the village involved in the process. The truth of it is, unfortunately, it doesn't matter what we think. It's what the state thinks that if something's going to happen out there. So we want to make sure that we're involved in the process. If it doesn't come, that's okay. But if it does come, we want to make sure that we're involved in the planning of it and the infrastructure to make sure that the roads are adequate and somehow we're compensated for the change in lifestyle that's going to occur. So that's kind of where we're at with that.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We don't have any old business, new business. So first, we're gonna, Trustee Sturba suggested that we start a new tradition of, honoring our employees on their years of service. I think you saw that the Village of Moni was doing it, right? And so we're gonna start that up and honor employees as they reach 5, 10, 15, 20 years. So we're gonna start off honoring people who, are 5 years and over. We're gonna start with Public Works tonight. We'll do the police department at a future meeting, and the administrative department as well. So I'd like Aaron Asbrand and Bob Henke to come on up. So Aaron is celebrating 20 years of service, and Bob is celebrating 24 years of service. So congratulations.
Let me get a pen.
Thank you.
Okay, there you go. All right.
Yeah, call each other.
We coordinated.
Yeah, that looks good. Men in black.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay, next on the agenda is approved special event for Peatone Chamber of Commerce, Sip and Stroll event, September 14th, 2023, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. in downtown Peatone. So, representative from the chambers here, Dave Cordetti, you want to step forward?
Sure. I'll bring Christine up too. She's done a lot of work on it.
Okay, perfect.
If you have any questions, I think you all got the information on it, I believe.
Yep, there was a letter, an email in your packet about the event, so. Do any trustees have any questions about it at all? So it sounds like, just to give people who are watching an idea what's happening. So on that night, the chamber's selling tickets, $25 a piece, the maximum of 100 to be sold. They are obviously only selling tickets to people who are 21 years and older. The event's gonna start at the Legion. People are gonna go there to get their wristband, and then there's gonna be a kind of a map of businesses that are involved. And you'll be going to different businesses where you'll be served just, you know, a little sip of wine or beer and maybe some food. And so it'll be, the chamber has some business after hours every month or so, and this will be kind of a business after hours spread over quite a few businesses, and kind of highlight the businesses that are downtown, and helps people to kind of see the changes that are happening downtown and the good things that are happening down there. So that kind of cover it, Dave?
Absolutely, the town has become such a nice area. We want to, there's a lot of people that don't realize the amount of work that the village has done down there. And this gives us an opportunity to let everybody showcase their businesses and spend a little time downtown. Hopefully September 14th, it'll be nice, they can stroll around. The whole idea is just to get some activity down there.
Perfect. Any other questions?
Where can you buy tickets at?
You can buy them online or Game On.
Okay.
And the
We've
online
sold-
portal works well.
Yeah, we sold 35 tickets so far. We have 13 businesses committed to participating. So this is our first year, so we're pretty pleased with what we've got. We'll be doing a lot of advertising and promoting it, and hopefully our goal is to sell the 100 tickets, but we're going to sell as many as we can, and it'll be a nice evening for everybody.
Perfect.
Yeah, sounds fun. Thank you for doing it.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. So I need a motion to approve the special event.
I'll motion.
Second.
Moved by trustee Maravka, second by trustee Sturba.
Trustee Hudson,
Yes.
trustee Maravka?
Yes.
Trustee Richards?
Yes.
Trustee Sandberg?
Yes.
Trustee Sluse?
Yes.
Trustee Sturba?
Yes.
All right, thank you
I really
guys.
appreciate it.
Good luck.
We appreciate your help. Thank you.
Good
Amy,
luck.
we
Thank
appreciate
you.
your help. Peter, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, on to item C, approve a resolution authorizing an execution of an agreement for services between the Village of Peatone and Pete's Construction in the amount of $20,190 relative to installing safety components and general maintenance in the administrative offices of the Village Hall. This would be resolution 23-R-13. So this kind of come about since COVID and a couple incidents. We really don't have a secure area at the administrative area there, and so we're gonna kind of move a couple walls around and move some things around so that it'll be a little safer, because a lot of times some of the employees are there by themselves, and so we just want to make it a little safer for them and make it look a little nicer too. Some of that carpet, as the carpet in here is, you know, is seen its useful life, and we did go out, you know, had talked to quite a few contractors, and this was the lowest bid that somebody would give us. So, questions at all?
When would the work start?
Sometime in the next month.
And this, the gentleman did, he did some work on the police side. If you get a chance, go back there and take a look at in the past, the officers were just changing uniforms like in an open garage bay, which was kind of strange, but, so now they actually enclosed an area and made a really nice locker room for them, so, he did some really nice work in there, so,
This was in our budget.
yes.
Yeah, I remember I talked about it a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So I'm glad it's getting done finally.
Yeah, yeah. All right, entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, this is resolution 23-R-13, moved by trustee Hudson and second by trustee Sturba.
Trustee Hudson?
Yes.
Trustee Maravka?
Yes.
Trustee Richards?
Yes.
Trustee Sandberg?
Yes.
Trustee Sluse?
Yes.
Trustee Sturba?
Yes.
All right, item F, approve resolution waiving competitive bidding and authorizing acceptance of proposals from Kulash and Sons for heating and cooling systems improvements in the police garage. So, this will be resolution 23-R-14. Again, this was in the budget for this year. If you recall, we had quite a few items updated with our heating and air conditioning system last year. We got that done in last year's budget. The last thing that needed to be done was redo the heating in the police garage. So the old heaters in there were connected to the boiler that we had taken out. So we always kind of planned to split it between 2 years. So this is the second part of it. And what was the quote on that?
6,000.
That's what I was just gonna ask.
Yeah, so 6,000, yeah, they didn't get in there, so 6,000 for that, and this was in the budget to do that.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Moved by trustee Maravka, second by trustee Sluse.
Trustee Hudson?
Yes.
Trustee Maravka?
Yes.
Trustee Richards?
Yes.
Trustee Sandberg?
Yes.
Trustee Sluse?
Yes.
Trustee Sturba?
Yes.
All right, item G, approve updated downtown streetscape budget for submittal to Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity to complete the grant agreement. So, to update everybody, back in December of 2021, we submitted a grant proposal to the DCEO, which is a state department, to redo our downtown streetscape. At the time, the rough estimate for the project was around $3 million. We committed to spending $500,000, and we did receive the grant for about $2.5 million. So we're still in the process of, I guess, getting all the I's dotted and the T's crossed as far as the grant goes. And one of the things that you have to do is kind of submit a kind of a final budget, even though we haven't bid the job at all. So we've been in the meantime, since that time, we've been going through the design process, and of course a lot of prices have gone up, and so we've been, just like when you do a home remodeling project, you find out stuff costs too much, so you take it out, you substitute other stuff. So anyway, the total that we are at right now, the cost estimate that we're gonna submit to DCEO, if you approve this, is $3,465,200. And that will be what our grant agreement will say. Now, this doesn't tie us to do anything really. I mean, if we get the bids and they're, way over that, obviously we're not committed to doing anything. But to get that the $2.5 million from the state, that grant, this is what we're gonna have to do. So, I know the downtown committee's been active in the planning. I don't know if Julie or Shelley, if you have anything you want to add to all that?
No, just other than Julie and I know Julie's been working closely with Troy, and what's her name, Michelle?
Michelle.
Yeah, with just tweaking some of the things that, trying to maybe lower the cost of, like, where we can figure out a few things and changing some of the aesthetics. Not necessarily the aesthetics of things, but like maybe the certain things that we're using, like garbage cans, or taking out a plant here or there, maybe taking out some trees. And just changing that up a bit, not necessarily the way it's gonna look, just less. And taking out, I think we already discussed possibly taking out Railroad Street.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah, so, the parking area on Railroad Street, south of Main Street, we've kind of put that into the design, even though that wasn't submitted in the original grant agreement. So, we've kind of backed that out right now. The plan is that when we go to bid in December, that we'll include that as a, possibility, as an add-on, and, when we get the numbers back, then
See
we'll
what
have
the total
something we
cost
can
is.
decide
Yeah.
if we want, it would be really nice to do that, just to provide more parking downtown. So, we'll see how that shakes out once we get the actual bid.
And I make a motion to approve it.
I just have a question, is there any way we can get rid of the islands in the middle of that box? Just 'cause I know that'd be disaster to plow around or anything like that, and I know that'd probably bring the cost down a little bit.
Yeah,
And I've been saying that since the
I know.
I know you laughed at that, 'cause I knew you already knew.
I knew you were
I
gonna
got,
say
I got,
that.
I got my concerns about the same thing.
Yeah,
Like in the new part of it?
Yeah, like I see like on that one, where
Yeah.
the walkway, like just getting that, and just making it straight,
yeah.
you know?
I still got my concerns about trees. We tried trees here years ago, but they were crabapple trees. They weren't a
Right.
good tree. But,
And they all died and
you know,
got
and
diseased.
then the cleanup, if we put the metal grates there, around the tree,
Right.
it's gonna be another thing to try to clean around.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely gonna take some maintenance, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean, the islands, I mean, obviously we're putting it in there for the aesthetics, the way it looks. Yeah, it is gonna be a little more difficult to plow around there, I agree
Yeah.
about that.
And it takes up, I mean, if you get rid of them, you're probably gonna gain an extra maybe parking spot or another 2 parking spots
Yeah.
from each side. I mean, that too.
Yeah,
And Troy, do you guys have any architectural drawings? Cause I remember I was looking at them with Julie, and there was no measurements for how wide the sidewalk was or the road, like in between, like how lines and stuff are. Do you guys have architectural drawings
Yeah,
of that
we
stuff?
could get you those now.
Alright,
Yeah.
yeah, I'd like to see that, just to get measurements.
okay. So, you're gonna make a motion?
Oh, yes, I'm ready, I was just, did anybody else have any questions?
Yeah,
I motion that we approve to submit that.
oh, before that, trustee Hudson has to recuse himself from this, because he owns property in the downtown, so,
Bless it.
Every,
yeah. So, is there a second?
Second.
Okay,
I was gonna say it again.
Trustee Maravka?
Yes.
Trustee Richards?
Yes.
Trustee Sandberg?
No,
Trustee Sluse?
Yes.
Trustee Sturba?
we're voting on the approval for the budget, not the plans, right?
Correct.
So we can still change the plans and everything after that?
I mean, yeah, I mean, obviously nothing's written in stone until we sign a contract, so.
Because there's still things that we're moving around
Yeah.
and stuff. With that.
Is there a way I can not vote right now till next time?
You can abstain,
Yeah, I'd rather abstain until I get more info on it.
okay? So that was 4 yeses.
that three?
Or 3 yeses.
3 yeses.
That's 3, then the mayor votes if it's 3.
Yep, yes. All right, moving on, we have a motion to approve payout 2 to deconstruction for work completed at 88th Avenue, Wilmington Road, I-57 ramps, in the amount of $640,011.94. Troy, do you wanna comment on that at all?
This is just their second invoice, sorry about my voice. This is their second invoice, just for all the work they've done on the south side, lighting pretty much. And I did forget to say, I heard they're gonna pave the the north side, right, they're gonna pave the south side, they're gonna start on Wednesday.
Okay. So things are going pretty smoothly as far as, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Did we have a meeting since, our deal with the county? Did we talk about that at all? With the road repair for the county? I think that was after our last meeting.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah,
The patching.
yeah. So I guess, Well, let's go ahead and we'll vote on this, and then I wanna talk about something else there, so.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Moved by trustee Sluse, second by trustee Sandberg.
Trustee Hudson,
Yes.
trustee Maravka?
Yes.
Trustee Richards?
Yes.
Trustee Sandberg?
Yes.
Trustee Sluse?
Yes.
Trustee Sturba?
Yeah.
So, that's all our new business, but I just wanted to comment, I forgot to bring this up in my, comment, so, deconstruction, told us that we were gonna have to pay about $100,000 more to repair the road bed in Wilmington Road, so that spot where, you know, it's like a roller coaster, they said, you know, that road bed is destroyed, and so, it's gonna cost $100,000 extra. So, we talked to our contacts at Will County, cause it is their road, and it's not like, I mean, it was like that before, you know, anything started, and, you know, through us, you know, I think Bob met with somebody out there from the county, highway department, and Troy's, somebody from Robinson was out there, and, you know, I was able to contact, Jennifer Bertino Tarrant, the, Will County executive. Anyway, long story short, the county has agreed to, you know, pay for that portion of it, so, it was a great team effort, and just shows you if you, you know, if you keep the right contacts, and, you know, we're able to call people when we need a little help, it really worked out well, so I really was happy for the team on that whole deal, so, thanks to everybody for that. That is it for new business. Any questions, the press?
Just one. With the downtown streetscape plan, is there a number of how many parking spaces will be lost? The bump outs? Cause there's, how many total bump outs?
Oh, do we have that?
Yeah, I mean, we had that number at one time, I don't recall.
It's hard to say because it's been changed and
Yeah,
the
it's been-
direction has
Why
been
I asked.
changed.
Yeah, that's why I asked, cause previous, renderings I have from long ago,
Yeah.
showed it on a different number, and things have changed since then, so I was just curious
I mean,
if we have that number.
maybe 10 at the most. I mean, it's not a huge number. I mean, we could go through and we could, I could get that for you.
That would be great, I would appreciate that, cause
Yeah.
that seems to be a very hot topic,
Yeah.
is parking.
Yep, so. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. Any other correspondence from the board, comments, questions? All right, now we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
Moved and seconded, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Great, thank you.
Thank you.